Another trip to the poor hospital because my mom is having a reaction to the dirty water. This is the second time this has happened this week, but I'll tell you more about that later. But first, let me introduce myself and my country. My name is Jamal, and I am 12 years old. I live in Asmara, which is the capital of Eritrea. What you see on the screen is our flag. I have one sister and two brothers. I also live with my mom, dad, and grandma. My dad works in agriculture like most people in the population, but it has been really hard lately because we have had a lot of long droughts. My family and I speak Tigrinya, which is the official language of Eritrea, and my three siblings and I all go to school. My mom is also still learning how to read because she missed out on education when she was younger. Now, over 90% of kids in my country are literate. Italians colonized our country in the 19th century. After World War II, Eritrea was under British rule for about a decade. Then, in 1946, Ethiopia wanted to annex Eritrea. In the 1950s, Eritrea became part of Ethiopia. We fought about this for 3 decades. Then we became independent on May 24th, 1993. After becoming independent, we got in many wars which cost us a lot of money. At the same time, the president is taking away our human rights and nobody is allowed to vote to replace him. Finally, in 2018, the president of Ethiopia and the president of Eritrea met and agreed to let people travel and trade across their borders. My favorite food is chasibi, served with injera, which is flatbread. My grandma is very good at making them. I also like to listen to Tigrinya music, which people listen to in Eritrea and in Ethiopia. My mom wears the traditional clothing of women in Eritrea. It is called the Habesha Kemis, but some people call them other names like Habesha Kidan, Habesha Libs, or Zuria. My country does not have a lot of clean drinking water, and my mom has had a lot of reactions to the water, like most people in my country. This is a big problem. Some of the top diseases in our country include typhoid, malaria, meningitis, and rabies. And also, since the start of the Tigray War in November 2020, the Eritrean government has been really heavily involved in the war against the Tigray People's Liberation Front, aka TPLF, and they have been very supportive to the Ethiopian government. This also led to a lot of people leaving our country. After being in wars for so many years, Eritrea improved greatly in our education and literacy, but there is still a long way to go.